Welcome back to the channel. I'm gonna go on a little ride around Lake Casitas today and see if I can't find a little bit of dirt. I've seen a trail that's out there. I don't know if it's a trail or it's a fire road, but I'm gonna go do a little bit of exploring. I gotta talk about these tires a little bit. This new set of tires, the Shinko Trail Masters. Got a shot of them there at the beginning of the video. I like them. They're good tires, but unfortunately they are not what I kind of thought that I was getting. You know, when the tech asked me about these tires, I think the first thing I asked him was the speed rating. Was it a V speed rating? Because my other tires, the Michelin Anikis, are a V speed rating. I think it means they're good for 150, 160 something miles per hour, or something like that. And this bike only goes about 130. 129 is the highest I've got it to. And when I told him that, he kind of chuckled and was like, oh, yeah, no, that's... I think he rides a sport bike, so I think he's probably used to higher speeds than that. But anyway, the reason I asked is, you know, from time to time I do like to go quick, get on it if it's safe to do so. I'll give it a little throttle and test out the top speed. But yesterday I was doing that and I got to 110 miles an hour and started getting a speed wobble on the front end. I backed off and got control and then did it again, and sure enough, right at about 110 miles an hour, speed wobble developed again. Backed off, did it again, tested, third time in a row, speed wobble. So went back, checked out the speed rating on these tires, and they're a H speed rating, which does mean they're good for 130 miles, but that's 130 miles an hour tops. They're not really steady, like up to that speed. The sidewall isn't strong enough. It starts to wiggle and wobble a little bit, and it causes the front end to get a little loose. So now that I know that, obviously I won't be trying to push the top end of the bike's speed anymore, which, yeah, I shouldn't be doing that anyway probably, but it is a little irritating that I did ask that specific question to the rep, the tech or whatever at TO Power Sports, and he kind of chuckled it off like this bike doesn't go fast enough to worry about the speed rating, but it does, you know. Anyway, well, I'll just ride differently. I won't ride as quick. I know that I'll lose the front end if I try to go too fast, so I won't do that. Well, hello there. Goodness gracious. Alrighty, well, off the 101 onto Bates Road. It's the off-ramp right before the 150. I like to get off at this one just to go through this little section. It's kind of neat. These tires, I've been going through Malibu Canyon since I got them, like I said, about 350, 370 miles on them now. And I do love them through the twisties. I mean, they seem to hold the pavement really well. They're really good tires. Yeah, I like them. I just wish I would have known that they weren't rated for the high speeds. I probably wouldn't have gotten them. And now I'm in a situation where I got to either take a huge loss on these tires and sell them used, or I've got to just wear them out. And the next set of tires I get, I'll get the Michelin Anikis again with that V1 rating, or the V rating, which I think that's what I'm going to do, because I really can't afford to take a loss on these tires and then buy new tires. So these are the tires I will stick with until it's time to get a new set. But I can still have plenty of fun on the curves with these. And today I'm going to go try to find some dirt up there and see how these things do out in the dirt. One time, about 30 years ago, maybe a little bit more, I was taking my brother's Suzuki Bandit, I think, the motorcycle, back to him in Bud's down in Coronado. My mom was driving behind me in the car, and I decided to go ahead and gun it real quick. And I got the high-speed wobbles like I've never gotten before, and I've never gotten since. It was a literal tank slapper. I just ripped the handlebars out of my hands and was slapping the tank back and forth, well over 110, 115 miles an hour. I forget exactly how fast I was going when it happened, but I thought I was going to die. I did a complete uncontrolled lane change, and I mean, it went a long ways before I finally, it started coming back. I got hold of the handlebars and got control of it. Scared the piss out of me. So when that happened on this yesterday, well, that didn't happen. That did not happen yesterday. When the front end started to wiggle a little bit yesterday on me, I had a flashback to that time. I don't want to do that ever again. What a beautiful road. I love this ride. So, coming up the way I just came up from the 150 side of things, from the Carpinteria direction, this is the first viewpoint you can get to for the lake. Lake Casitas. And there's this access road that is just always open. And I went back here once before. Not very far, but it turns into dirt. And I don't see any, like no trespassing, private property, like there's no signs that tell me that I can't come back here. So, as far as I know, it's okay to come back here. They just put down this road, that's kind of nice. But I was looking for some dirt. I think it'll turn into dirt up here. This is fun. All right, here we go. All right, found some gravel. Let's see how these tires do off-road. Well, it's gravel, so it's a little loose. Very loose. Uh-oh, now what am I getting to? Is this a closed gate? Well, that's going to be a very short dirt road trip. Well, now I do see a private property No hiking, no nothing. Okay. All right, well, I'll turn around then and go back. I didn't realize that you couldn't come out here. Well, bummer. I was looking on Google Maps and saw all these roads out here I was going to explore. All right, well, I respect your private property. I'll turn around and go back. Beautiful. All right. Let's go back. I wonder, you know what, just for giggles, dead end, private property, no, oh, shit, okay. Well, never mind. I was going to say, let's see what's up there. Maybe there's a trail over there, but thank you to whoever put that sign there, saving me from going back there. All right, well, that's a bust. The ride idea for the day is a bust. It is private property out there. I did not think that it was, so, all right. That's all right. What a beautiful area. Somebody lives right here. That's cool. What an amazing property. Except then you got jerks going through your private property on their motorcycles back here. Jerks. I didn't mean to. Sorry, people. All right, back out. Pew! All right. This seems like a pretty good spot for me to leave my reminder, my Make It a Great Day $2 bill. I'm going to put a Bitcoin sticker with this one. I got a whole bunch of Bitcoin stickers recently, so give that out there. There. That's sort of hidden. Not really. Somebody will find that and be reminded to make it a great day. Let's go. Just turned over 30,000 miles. 30,014 miles. I think this had just at 22,000 miles when I got it back in March of this year. I'm doing a lot of riding. Racking up the miles. All right, let's go. Here to our right is the lovely Ojai Valley Inn. Is there enough room for me to get in through? No. No, there's not. That's a bummer. I don't love it when these big trucks like this don't leave enough room to get through. But, oh well. Well, there's nothing exciting going on, but in case you've never seen downtown Ojai, here it is. Beautiful little town. I like it up here. I really haven't spent any time at all, like in any of these shops. Or, I don't really shop. I don't like doing that, but it's a cool little spot. I've ridden through here a bunch of times, but I don't think I've ever actually stopped here. Anyway, beautiful downtown Ojai. Not very big. We'll be through it, and we're basically through it now. And there's a couple more shops up here, and that's it. That was downtown Ojai. Even moving at 10-15 miles an hour, we get through it pretty quick. The Duchess. And now, right here, coming up on the right, just as we kind of leave the downtown Ojai area, we have Soul Park Golf Course. I've never actually golfed there. I've been lucky enough to be able to play the Ojai Valley Inn once a year for the last few years. My business sponsors the Boys and Girls Club golf tournament there. I'm on the golf committee, and so once a year I get to golf up here at the Ojai Valley Inn. But I've never golfed at the Soul Park. I should probably do that sometime. I'll bet you it's a fun course. Beautiful Ojai Valley. Oh. All right, well, I think that's going to pretty much do it for today's ride. I'm going to go ahead down the mountain the other side and end up on the 126 and be right next to the house. So thanks for coming with me. Everybody, remember to get out there and make it a great day. What a beautiful bike.